Oh, boy. Last night was that show Hoarding Buried Alive. Not to be confused with Hoarders. It was Hoarding Buried Alive.
What do you mean?
There's 2 Hoarder shows on now.
What?
There's Hoarders.
Is it on the same network?
No.
Oh, they're competing with each other.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And then there's Hoarding Buried Alive. Last night, and I've said this before, but I absolutely mean it this time.
Yeah.
The worst fucking one I've ever seen in my life. The worst hoarder, the worst hoard, the most disgusting house I've ever seen, and the most despicable fucking piece of shit mother in this house.
Let me ask you this, because you were just talking about hoarders a mere 2 days ago, and they found a dead body. So how could this possibly be worse than the guy that was hoarding so bad there was a dead body in his house?
Because you could have clutter and like junk.
Right.
There's a difference between junk and garbage.
Right.
The other house with the dead body was mostly junk.
Okay.
But there were, bottles of urine and things like that, which is disgusting.
Unbelievable.
This is a fat piece of shit mother with 2 piece of shit kids, but they're kids, they're teens, and this just worthless, emasculated, castrated, enabling husband, and the house is full of literally garbage, garbage to where the roaches that are running around in this house, it was by the tens of thousands of roaches.
Is that the one we saw the coming attractions for at your house? I'm like, I gotta watch that.
Yes, they take the painting off the wall, a picture off the wall, and roaches are behind it. Even the coming attractions didn't do this justice of how disgusting it was. She had black widow spiders in the house too.
A nest of black
widow spiders. And whenever they asked her, and the shrink would ask her, so why is your house like this? You have kids, you have teenage children living here, and this isn't a healthy environment. Well, they don't do anything. No one cleans up. Why is there a pile of garbage next to your chair that you sit in? Well, I've asked them to clean this up, and they don't do it. Why don't you do it? Well, I have fibromyalgia. What? She goes, I have 7 or 14 disabilities. She has, and every disability is one of these fucking, I've Epstein-Barr. She needs lead bar over her fat head.
You should only be allowed to have 1 disability in our country.
It was,
what?
Yeah.
I like
yes.
it.
And
one
then if you have
disability.
more, then they send you to a home.
This Julie Pike woman here, she's the one that, she's the shrink. She went in.
Okay.
And she wanted to crack this woman over the fucking
you could
head.
tell?
Oh, yeah.
She looks pretty doable.
It was...
So it's all right.
Well,
No,
the bathroom, they had to wear biohazard suits. This woman's like diabetic, and she had syringes where she just threw them all over the place in the house. They were laying all over the place. None of the plumbing worked, and there were diapers and Kotex, bloody Kotex, all over the bathroom floor.
Oh, my God.
Just shit and piss, and they're brushing their teeth in these sinks that are backed up with black water. The daughter is cooking on one burner of a stove everything's covered in shit. She's walking barefoot in garbage on the floor and flicking roaches away from what she's trying to cook.
How do you live like that?
I have no idea. And all that was coming out were excuses after excuses as to why things had gotten a little out of hand.
Like, literally, she should, and her family should just shoot her.
Yes. I was like, the daughter cooks for the mother because the mother has, fibromyalgia and can't move. But she gets up and walks away quick enough when the shrink is talking to her. The shrink is talking to her, and she goes, I don't have to listen to you, and gets out of her fat woman chair and walks away with a dumb cane.
What is that fiber?
Fibromyalgia. I don't know. I'm so lazy that I don't want to do anything, so I'm going to say my joints hurt.
Oh, it's a joint thing?
I don't know what it is.
Pain.
Constant pain.
Look at all those Pepsi cans.
Pepsi all over. I'm sure, somebody wrote it. I'm sure Pepsi loved their product placement last night.
You know what? You would have constant joint pains if you're drinking soda all day instead of water.
Oh, God.
You're not,
turn this up. You're
not hydrating your body when you drink soda.
Here's the health department talking about what they're seeing. They were brought in.
Wow, it's a pile of garbage in the house.
This is bad.
Dramatic music, though.
Yeah, this is the health department people. There's roaches everywhere.
During the day.
Now they're trying to go from room to room, and what you're hearing is them just trotting through garbage. They're in the kitchen.
It's just a pile of garbage.
They just throw the garbage right there on the floor.
Yes.
Oh my God.
There's roaches on every pot and pan. And
temporary relief we could do for them. The problem you've got is that there's just not enough accessible areas to do anything with it.
Ants.
Well, the ants weren't even. Yeah,
Look at this.
It's a it's a can.
Is that maggots?
Full of roaches.
That's roaches, huh?
This is bad.
They've never seen anything this bad.
Hold your light.
What a monster!
These roaches go in this can.
You want to see how deep the roaches go in the can? It's a can full of roaches.
Oh my God.
What's the matter, Mr. Pratt? Bugs got your tongue?
That's 3 inches of roaches.
3 inches of roaches. And this wasn't even the worst thing. Like, everything they did just got worse and worse.
I don't like
roaches
roaches.
in there. Roaches are disgusting. They are so skeevy.
She's barefoot in that?
Yeah, the daughter would go barefoot in this.
Is it running?
With the syringes in there, and look at the fridge.
Oh my.
The refrigerator has roaches all inside it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
That's not a very nice fridge.
No. They go upstairs, and there's a room where the doors are closed. The doors are closed. The guy opens the door, and you just see roaches come pouring out of this room. It was the worst hoarding I've ever seen in my life on these shows, and I've pretty much seen them all.
That was when you see roaches in broad daylight, like
they
literally,
didn't care.
Roaches don't want to be seen by you.
No.
They want to hide.
They're very shy.
That means they really are. If you could talk to a roach, you would go, oh, come on, go.
What is it about roaches? You see one roach, it skeeves you out, man.
They're so skeevy.
Because I was infested with mice. You know, I told the stories over the years before I moved out.
Yeah.
That didn't bother me as much. I killed over 60 or 70 mice in those electric traps, just for the people that don't know this story. But what really skeeved me out in my old place was when I saw a roach every once in a while.
Yeah, a roach. I think it isn't as bad as like having maybe some ants, or you see a spider in your house or something like that.
Spider
when
you
you see
deal
a
with.
roach, it's synonymous with filth.
What?
With like, oh God, I have roaches. You have a filthy house.
But more importantly, you're right about all that. But I think one roach, because we've heard over the years, if you have one.
Oh, yeah, you have 1,000.
And if you have one that's out and about, that means you're infested.
Yeah.
So then you're just wondering, where is the roach nest? Where's the rest of them? Is it going to be behind a picture? Is it, under the cushion? Is it, you know what I mean? Is it under my mattress? Is it under my bed? Where are these fucking things?
I've seen a couple in, like, every once in a while, I'll see a little baby one in my sink.
In your house?
Yeah, but I know what that is. They come up through pipes.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't freak me out. A little teeny baby in a sink area means it's just, you could probably crawl out of the thing. You can't, in New York, you can't.
Yeah, in New York,
I've never
it's very
seen one
hard.
anywhere else.
On this show last night, the daughter is talking about the kitchen and how disgusting it is.
Yeah.
She taps one of the outlets in the kitchen, and roaches come pouring out of the outlet.
No.
Yes, and there's just little specks and dots of roach shit on everything they
I
own.
want to hear more clips from the show, Andy.
This one is the... we
got to give the boys a heads
Black
up
Widow
so we can get some of these clips on the air.
Yeah, this is the Black Widow one.
Well, here's a black widow spider right down here, which means
Are they bad?
there has been a lot of inactivity in this area.
They won't kill you, but...
Well, they're not deadly unless you're allergic, but they certainly can cause a lot of problems.
If you get one of those big welts and your arm can turn fucking black.
Get rid of that black widow.
And this guy's going around vacuuming up roaches and Black Widow spiders. Like, he's not even there for garbage. He's there vacuuming up roaches.
Sherry, I need to talk to you.
Oh, here you go. Here's the fat pig. Listen.
Pause. I want to set this up. Please tell me that they handle these idiots differently than the other show.
I wish they did.
They're competing with what network?
Oh, geez, we should know. A&E.
A&E has the famous Hoarder show, so TLC's jumping on the bandwagon. They got their own hoarding show. It's called Hoarding Buried Alive.
Buried Alive. And actually, we do have Dr. Robin Zazio coming in on Monday.
Yeah, she's a great.
She's got a book out.
She's from
really
the other
good.
one.
She's on Hoarders. Yeah.
But and she goes with it because we kind of joke with her, but we're also serious. We're like, why are you dealing with these idiots?
She says, and here's her. What Dr. Zazio said was, because we were saying, why the fuck don't you just tell these people, clean this shit up? You're fucking a disgusting mess.
Right.
She goes, well, that's what they hear all the time. We're trying a different approach than just yelling at them. And I go, and at the time I was like, oh, that makes sense. But as I watch this, no one gets in their face.
No one.
I tweeted last night, I go, this fucking pig woman needs like Gunnery Sergeant Hartman in her fucking face. To just, the second she starts saying, I'm not going to deal with this, fuck you, this, just get right in her face again and go, no, you're not going anywhere.
Right.
Clean this shit up. Not clean it up.
I paused it because this is the psychologist, obviously.
Yes.
And she's going to talk to the woman that's the disgusting mess. And I'm hoping that she's going to be a little tougher, but.
It's all me.
All right, let's hear the me bullshit.
Yeah. Hateable.
And there is a nest of black widow spiders in there. Okay, so I'm really concerned about the safety of you and the kids in that house. This is a really disturbing environment. It's not safe. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm asking you, do you have some awareness now of how dangerous this situation is?
You know, I feel like you're going to continue to push me until I say I don't take really good care of my kids because I don't give a
You don't.
Pauses.
You don't.
Look at her fucking disgusting husband. How much do you hate her?
I can't do this.
If you watch,
it brings back memories.
If you watch the whole episode,
I can't do this.
You'll freak out. You'll fucking freak out at how much you want to strangle.
I want to strangle
woman.
this woman.
Yeah.
I don't feel sorry for her. In the
she
least.
goes. The psychologist is saying, "Look, I'm concerned about your kids, you and your kids in this environment." And she twists that around into. What do you want me to do? You're saying that me? I'm not a good parent?
I would take out her knees with a Buick.
Oh, would that be great?
I can't do this. This me shit that a lot of us have dealt with over the years. Oh, it's fucking brutal.
It's enraging.
And she's one of the worst.
They don't see none of this.
No, it's all about her.
And then that lady, how do you do that job where you have to cater to this as a psychologist?
Yeah. Watch the rest of this. It's infuriating. No.
And by the way, we trash mental illness. The phones always light up because everybody is sick of these fucking shit from people.
Yes,
because I think what is blown off when you have to deal with someone with mental illness in your family is the fact that it affects everybody. So logically, you should separate that one fucking person to keep everyone else healthy. But no, we all have to get, quote, sick to try to make you better. And you don't even acknowledge what the sacrifices everyone's making around you.
Yep.
That's what drives me nuts.
Infuriating.
But why, as human, having human compassion, you can't just separate that one person to save everyone else?
Yeah. Get rid of the disease.
Fuck. Cut out the tumor.
Yeah.
I have more respect for a lunatic who just picks up a gun and runs out and shoots a bunch of people because you're like, wow, he's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
He's not sitting there draining everybody.
Yeah.
and you know that this woman, this fat pig right here.
Oh, that's not nice.
Sorry, Iraq.
Oh no. Oh my.
Sorry, I didn't know. She's loving this. You're playing right into what she wants.
Yes.
She wants attention.
She's hateable.
And now she's going to get up and walk away, and now you have to dramatically follow her. And, oh, God, never.
Well, here she is walking away.
Never again.
Listen to this fucking bitch.
Walk away.
Her husband's just sitting there.
I don't have to talk to her, and I'm not going to.
Sherry's a very troubled woman. And
shrink.
I think she is in a lot of denial about how serious her problem is and what
She
this
goes and
situation
sits in her
has
car
done to herself,
while
to
everyone
her
else is
children,
cleaning
most
her
importantly.
fucking house.
That fucking.
And now they got to go up and now that's somebody else, a worker, talking to Sherry, the
They should
fat
just burn
pig.
the house down.
Trying to make it sound like I made my children live in an unsafe environment.
You did!
With those spiders in my house, and I didn't.
You did.
You do. Fatso.
You're supposed to take care of your own
You kind of
kids.
have to take a look at things, how they got the way they are, and kind of internalize it. And I think that's kind of maybe what Jolie's trying to point out to you, too.
She's a I don't like her. I don't want her around me.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I have to sit in the van
The
to
shrink.
avoid her,
She doesn't want the
then
shrink
that's what I
around
do.
You don't tell me about myself.
Yeah.
The van, okay?
Great.
Because I don't want you to avoid the situation that we're doing.
I'm not avoiding what you're doing.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm
you
avoiding
are.
her.
You went
Okay,
into
but I
a
need you to get
van.
out here.
It's another way for a fat, lazy fuck to not clean up her own
Right.
mess.
Clean up your own
Clean
shit.
up, fatso.
Oh, you should have seen the you
let
should have
her
seen the
just
part.
be.
You should have seen the part where she goes up to her room, her disgusting hovel, lays down in a roach-infested bed, and tells the people, "I feel sick. I feel sick. I can't be down there. I can't."
Are there roaches in the bed?
Oh yeah, there's roaches in the bed. She wakes up at one point and there's like shit on the pillow and roach shit. And,
No, there's not roaches in the bed.
Yes, all over, everywhere in the house, there are roaches.
After she said that, I would just turn to my team and go, all right, pack up.
Pack it up.
We're leaving.
Let this piece of shit
We're
live in
leaving.
the
Pedigree. Every
Oh, pedigree.
You know what's great? A little observation.
Yeah.
I think it's never good when they bring out the red garbage bags.
It's a biohazard.
Yeah.
They had
They're
syringes.
like hefty bags,
Yeah.
obviously, that we all know, but
The
they're,
red ones.
They're that dark red color.
Yep.
You know that's not good.
The house is a biohazard because of the fecal matter, the bloody Kotex on the floor, and the syringes, the hundreds of syringes that this woman said, I had a box for sharps, but I don't know what happened to it. So I just started putting them in the garbage pile. Yeah, that's great.
See, you know you're in bad shape when people cleaning your house are dressed the same as people who are cleaning up fucking 3 Mile Island and the nuclear spill in Japan.
Yes. Yes.
Fukushima, whatever. When they're dressed like the same way those people are dressed, your house is a shithole.
No one should ever be in your house dressed like that unless it's Halloween.
I do feel bad for the teenagers, though, because it's like you're raised in this. It's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
well,
Do they show them?
Yeah, they did show the fat, ugly daughter cooking. And what do you want, Mom? I want 3 eggs.
no.
And then she's cooking her
have to-
eggs in the roach-infested kitchen. I was like, I'd poison the food if I was the daughter. Just poison it. Put this fat pig down.
She's a terrible mother.
Oh,
terrible woman.
horrible. And everything was about her.
Yeah.
You're telling me she's telling me I didn't take care of my kids and had them live in roach-infested house. Well, look it. Yes, you did.
Oh, it makes my fucking head
Yeah.
hurt. How
What?
angering.
I know why it bothers me. Why does it bother Jimmy so much?
Because of
bothers me, too.
the lack of
Yeah, but
ability for them to see it.
There's definitely a different level of being annoyed by this.
I want to
man.
punch her in the face
You're
because
just-
of how she is. Like as a, she doesn't see.
But you're
She
not
doesn't see her
you're not
kids.
connected to it. You just see it as like just a disgusting human being. But there's something in Jimmy's voice that I recognize, and it really bothers
I
him
don't
on
know.
a deeper level.
I think it just hits us in a very weird way that there is when you're. I'm not always self-aware, but I try to be self-aware. I try, but to see the lack of awareness, and certain people I've dealt with in my life, let's just say in the last few years, who have had this me shit.
Yeah.
And I wanted to pick up a rifle and shoot them.
Well, maybe that's it.
I've grown to hate them.
Yeah.
And I have no empathy and no sympathy, and I'm tired of only hearing empathetic things from people, and they only want to hear you speak about them in an empathetic tone.
Right.
They don't want to. You never hear these people come out and go, "God, I am a selfish pig,"
Yeah.
and that's why we hate them.
And they're never going to do that, but you just want them to give you just slight awareness of
Slight.
what's going on. They don't even give you a slight awareness. Like,
No.
oh, I realize my problems are really affecting a lot of people around me.
It's always the same thing with this show too. The fat pig, and then they just cannot find enough people to blame. And they have these enablers around them that just won't get in their face and say, this woman's getting up and walking around. She's walking away from the shrink. She looked fine walking to the vehicle and sitting down. But the second they say, we want you more involved in this process of cleaning up, she all of a sudden, my fibromyalgia, my Epstein-Barr, I'm nauseous, like this, that. There's 1,000 excuses. And why is the place a mess? It's nothing to do with her. Meanwhile, she's sitting in this chair, this throne of shit in the middle of her fucking living room with one of those things that crippled people use to reach items that are too high up on a shelf.
Right.
She's got one of those.
Of course she does.
And it's used because occasionally the mountains of garbage fall into her little zone. She picks it up and flings the garbage into a pile instead of like cleaning it, and then blames the daughter and the son for not having cleaned this mess up.
And the husband's also
useless.
hateable.
Yes.
But it's not like if I lived with Angelina Jolie and she was that messy, I would tolerate it. Like, I'd eat her pussy and I'd brush the roaches away. But when you're a fat monster like that, what is wrong with this husband?
Yep.
Not defending his children.
You kind of said it wrong, Jimmy. You would brush the cockroaches away to eat the pussy.
Oh, yes.
I would, yes. Yes.
You'd have to brush some black widow spiders off the pussy before you eat it.
You'd hear, eat my pussy. All right, fine.
And then hearing them scurry away up her abdomen, around. They'd crawl around and then go up her asshole because they're always looking for somewhere to go.
Well, let's get into this for a moment. Would you smell a hoarder's pussy?
Oh, God, no, never.
What do you think it smells like?
Garbage, fecal matter. Fecal matter.
Garbage is easy to smell.
A tart, pungent
You would
smell.
tolerate. You would tolerate smelling garbage.
No. Ew, no.
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 What?
No.
You've
Not
smelled garbage before. You
Yeah, but not on
tolerate
a
it.
pussy. Jeez. that shit out.
That really brings it home, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough, sir. Fair enough. Yeah, it's
You have
it's
to add
disgusting.
you have to add the word sour in there too. It
Sour.
would be a very sour smelling pussy.
The children are always to blame, and they just are put in a situation where it ruins any type of social life that they should probably be
You just
having.
said the children are always to blame.
Oh! I was saying the children are always to blame. Like that. That's the mindset of the
I got
This
freakish
is a
mother.
Hawkeye. No, he helped me into the water.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah.
He helped me in the. He pushed me. Remember that episode when Hawkeye kept itching because he smelled the moldy clothes?
Yes.
What happens in your brain that you become a hoarder? Because in my house, since I've had a kid, we got a couple little piles here and there, and I can't take it.
No.
I have to get rid of the dumb little piles. Nothing, like maybe a little mail piling up, some old magazines, crap like that. And I lose my mind. Like, no, we got to fucking make sure this pile doesn't get any bigger right now.
I do understand the mindset. Like, we've talked about this before, but because I collect things, and I do get the idea of, I can't throw this out. Like that irrational... that's all I can describe it as. It's like reaching for something. No, I need it. But to let it get to that point where it's garbage, I don't comprehend. But I get the mindset of I need to save this. I need to keep this for collectibles. Sam, I think you do too. You collect wrestling shit.
You know what, though? In the end, you only need probably your phone, in my life, my phone, my camera.
Your picture of me.
And my picture with Jim Norton and my MacBook. That's all you need in life. Everything else is garbage, really.
I'm a little guilty when it comes to
collecting shit.
Collecting electronics. Like, I have a hard time throwing away
old electronics.
Old electronics and the thing is, when I put them somewhere, they're not completely outdated. But then a year later, when you're going through something and then you see like, oh Christ, a box of fucking old shit that is, I'd never use this anymore. Right. And instead of throwing away, I just kind of shut the box out of sight, out of mind. I have no aversion whatsoever to throwing it away, but I'm just like, why bother?
Well, you got enough space.
Yeah, that's just
it. If you lived in New York, man, it would be a different story.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Those rooms start filling up quick.
No, I don't have a TRS-80.
Yeah.
Tandy, from the Tandy Corporation.
What's the rule? If you haven't used it or worn it in a year, just throw it away?
Yeah.
And you'll never miss it?
There was a scene in the
like that.
Hoarder episode last night where the shrink comes out and or some woman comes out and she's holding this wicker basket thing. And she goes, I wanted to run this past you. Do you want to keep this? And she's looking at it and she's like, no, I'll just have my mother come out of the grave and make a new one. And it's like, if it was, and then she goes, well, there's roaches and roach eggs all over it. She goes, yeah, well, just throw it away. Get rid of it then. Get rid of it. And it's like, if it meant so much to you that your mother made this fucking thing that you don't want to throw it away and you're giving snide-ass remarks to the person trying to help you, perhaps you would have treated it a little better and not let roaches nest in it, you fucking slob.
Can we watch more of this woman? It affects me in a weird way.
2 clips.
That's it?
Fuck.
That's all they posted.
Oh, they don't post the whole episode. That's smart.
When will we have the whole episode?
I mean, we might have to find it someplace.
Yeah, find some clips at some point.
Yeah, let's do this, man.
Yeah.
That is enraging.
It was. I was tweeting last night, and people were infuriated because they start watching, and we just start like tweeting what's going on and how it's just pissing everybody off. And you'd be amazed how many people just wanted to literally kill this woman.
No, why? Because I'm telling you, it's too close to home.
Yeah.
Everyone has someone in their life.
And the only way to handle them is
get really frustrated by
abandon them. Totally.
Oh, yeah, abandon
them.
Abandon them.
I maybe that's harsh, but I think that to not allow them to affect you, they have to be abandoned and just left to do whatever they want in their own filth.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you, but let's acknowledge it's not the easiest thing.
No, it's very hard.
Oh, here's another.
It's hard, very hard.
Another despicable part of this woman. Oh,
Yes.
I totally forgot about this.
Yes.
The husband, by the way, doesn't live in the house. He lives somewhere else. And
why is that?
Because the place is a fucking mess.
He finally had to bail?
Yeah. He bailed. He lives in another house.
He probably has a hot
They're
22-year-old that
estranged.
he's having
I doubt it. They're estranged from each other.
Yeah.
She has custody of the kids, will not let the kids live with the father because she gets money for having the two kids and being on disability.
And she wants people to take care of her.
Right.
Fat,
and she
lazy
needs
bitch.
the people to take care of her, and she pockets the money.
Well, fuck the husband. He probably doesn't want the kids with him because how could you not just go to court with a photo and go, this is where they're living?
Yeah, fuck the father and fuck the system for allowing that.
Well, that's just it. Yeah, you could be able to do that.
Look, she got away with it.
Ugh.
You almost can't blame her.
Well, by the end of the episode, she's the house is not cluttered anymore. I won't say clean, and they're all eating together. The daughter had cooked something on the stove now that had 4 burners, and all the tweets that were coming in were, I still wouldn't eat, sleep, shit, or stand in that fucking hovel.
You do know that there's no way the roaches are gone.
No.
They probably had to go, all right, action.
Yeah.
Every time a roach ran out, they had to stop shooting.
People were even saying, well, most of the bugs seem to be gone. And then the woman by her shit chair, they didn't get rid of her shit chair. That probably smells like her fat ass. Yes. And right next to it, these boxes of fucking Pepsi.
I was going to say.
We had started already piling up.
What a great way to end the episode where the dishes are in the sink and you hear someone in the background going, we'll get to that later.
Yeah. Leave them soak.
And then you do a nice dramatic close-up, zoom in to the dishes in the sink with...
And one roach crawling on it.
And then it ends. Yeah, right on, man.
It was infuriating.
I was too busy
I love it.
trying to figure out this GOP bullshit, and you're watching Hoarders. Nice.
Oh, it was great. I love how they do. They tread that line between hating the person for what a fucking prick they are and what a disgusting mess they are, and the skeeve of the house itself. You know, so you hate the person, and then you get the heebie-jeebies watching the show. So these Hoarder shows are great.